Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of my Megapark. In the last few episodes I worked on this area with the RMC coaster and the drop tower, and in this today's episode I want to work on this area right next to here. I want to have a bit of a mountainous area here. I think it will look nice, and it's probably one of the last areas where we can actually make a mountain in the park, so we should probably do that. The rides that I want to make in this area will be a mine train coaster. Now, I really like the mine train coaster in Walibi, Belgium. It's quite recognizable because of its double chain lift. And I actually want to make something similar, but with one part of the track actually going backwards. I think that will be pretty cool. And right next to it, somewhere over here, I want to make a double swinging ride. It's not something I've done before, so it will probably be a bit tricky to figure it out, but I'll manage. I'll just have to shoehorn it into this area a bit, but I think it will all work out. Now I will first work on the swinging rides and see how it works out. Okay, I've now made one half of the ride. Now, it may not look like much. So yeah, this barrel roll section on top, it will actually not be used. So it's only about this part of the ride. I could probably even get rid of it, but I'll just keep it here, just as a safety measure, in case I launch it a bit too fast. So, what I'll have to do now is, I want one train. I want 2 cars per train. And let's do several circuits. Let's do 4 circuits. And now we'll do a powered launch, passing the station. I believe 78 kilometers per hour was the ride speed. And let's synchronize with adjacent stations. And then change it to a lift and see how it behaves. Alright, you can see it getting launched here, now going backwards. Now it gets a bit bigger boost. It goes backwards again. And yeah, I think this looks alright. Basically, it's just one of those big swinging rides. I forgot what they are called, but a bit of an abrupt break session. But I think this works fine. So what I will do now is I will also build a mirrored version of this, and I will make them synchronize. I think that will look really cool. So yeah, I first saw this ride being made by I believe it was by Ion Zero in multiplayer round 15 on my server, and I really liked it. So yeah, I will just copy his ride design, and I think it will look great in this location. Thinking about it, I should probably just do 1 car per train on both of these rides. Alright, let's put them both to the same speed. I believe we had 3 circuits. I'll do 1 more, why not? Alright, they're now synchronized, so when I run them now, they should both run in opposite directions. So let's see if this works. Alright, I've changed it now from the lift ride type to a different ride. They're now called Unknown Ride 38. And the reason I did this is because that ride is also invisible, but it allows synchronized stations unlike the lift. Alright, now for this ride to actually work, we should actually give it a support structure that would hold up these cars as they swing. So that's something I will make next. Okay, this is the first time I've built a ride like this, so I'm actually happy to see it work so well. I do notice a slight desync, most noticeably at the end of the ride. Yeah, I cannot not explain why that is, because I don't know where the desync comes from. I mean, these cars have the same weight, the tracks have the same length, they have the same launch speed, they're synchronized, so yeah, I just don't know what causes it, but I'm also not too bothered by it, since it's just a little bit of desync at the end. Actually, this ride was fine, so it's probably just caused by the cars just both starting at a different millisecond or something. Alright, so yeah, this ride is pretty simple to make, I think, but I think it looks amazing. Now I just gotta finish up some landscaping here, just so these supports are actually standing on something. Just gonna do some last decorations, and then I want to start on a roller coaster here. Alright, this ride is now finished, I think. I might do some more decorations at the end, but for now this should be good enough. So now I will start on the mine train coaster. I'll first make the coaster here, just so I get an idea of what I can do with the layout, and then later I'll make a hilly area right under it. Okay, the coaster seems to be working quite fine. So I used several tricks on this. One trick that I used, well, obviously here I made a track and I merged the track backwards to make a reversing section. So in this section of the track the train is actually going backwards. And I didn't want to make a really long spike here. So in order to help the train slow down, I put a chain lift here, which actually pushes the train forwards as it goes over this section. Now, the one concern I have though is that if the ride breaks down and chain lifts are disabled, then probably it will not break enough here. So what I will probably do here is just make some invisible track, and that should help it slow down enough in case the chain lift does break down. Now, let me just give them a nice color. Yeah, I do worry a bit that it might be a little bit too much brown in this area. Well, the same tint of brown, so maybe I'll try a different color. This might work. Maybe I'll change it back later, depending on how the landscape will look. Let's give the trains a nice color. Right, anyway, I cannot get this to work with block brakes. I think it would require an invisible track, and even then it would still be tricky to get it to work. So I will pass on block brakes. So yeah, they will not do well, but they were not made to do well anyway. Anyway, the landscaping is probably going to take a while. So I will just first do the rough landscaping. I want it to look really nice, probably with some waterfalls. Here I want to sort of have a pit. Yeah, with these tracks going around each other. I'll see what I can come up with, but I think it will be nice. Alright, I think that's enough building for today. Yeah, as you can see, there's still a lot of work to be done on this coaster. I did some rough landscaping just to get the land where I want it to be, very roughly. But yeah, I really want it to look like a mountainous landscape. I want to have a few waterfalls in here. Yeah, just stuff like that. And I will extend the rocky terrain around it a bit, just to get a little bit of a nice mountainous area right here in the middle. Alright, that was it for this episode. Yeah, I'm really happy with this pair of swinging rides that I made here. And like I said, the coaster still needs a lot of work. Now, for the rest of this episode, we will just follow one of these trains throughout the track, which is not decorated yet. And yeah, that will be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching me build, and I'll see you again in the next episode. See you later.